is News 31, the Good News Network.
Good afternoon, church, and welcome to today's edition of News 31. My name is Melody Emma. We are now only a week away from kicking off our Children's Weekend, which promises to be an exciting time of fun, games and learning, topped off by a special service where our budding singers, preachers and performers will take charge of the service. Here with a snippet of what to expect is another message from some of our wonderful children.
Hello children! Hello! What's happening next weekend?
There'll be face painting. There'll be bunchy one. There'll be bouncy castle.
And there'll be candy floss.
Saturday, May 30th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Sunday, 31st of May, from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll be taking charge! Yay!
So parents, you heard them right. Save the dates in your diaries.
Since the start of the Syrian civil war in 2011, an estimated 700,000 Christians have left Syria, displaced by what began as a popular uprising, which has now evolved into a jihad of sorts. Radical terrorist groups such as Islamic State (IS), which has claimed parts of Syria and Iraq for their caliphate, and other radical groups such as Jabhat al-Nusra are an increasing threat which Christians frequently attacked, abducted and killed. One Muslim cleric has gone on record to declare that raping Alawi or Christian women is not contrary to the precepts of Islam. In the midst of the carnage, there remains a steady stream of people coming to the faith in Jesus, often at great personal cost to God's glory. In our prayers, let us remember Christians in Syria, particularly those from a Muslim background, for protection and provision, and for an end to the violence. One of Martin Luther's dictums, "To go against conscience is neither right nor safe," might seem quaint when seen from the perspective of our relatively safe 21st century lives. But increasingly around this country, that choice is one that is increasingly being forced on people of faith, particularly those who operate in the public sphere. Most recently, the Christian-owned Asher's Bakery in County Antrim was found guilty of discrimination by a court for refusing to make a cake with a pro-gay marriage slogan. In a case brought to court by gay rights activists, the judge in Belfast, whilst conceding that the company had genuine and deeply held Christian views, ruled that the business was subject to the law as it was operating for profit and not a religious group. Cases like this highlight the tension between equality laws and the Christian worldview, and make the case for more engagement as Christians with politicians and lawmakers, with a view to rolling back the tide of militant LGBT activism to reach solutions that allow us both to fill our responsibilities as social citizens and Christians. With great joy in our hearts, we announce the birth of a baby boy to Kehinde and Shade Akintola on Thursday, the 14th of May, 2015. All praise to our God for safe delivery.
Every day we're getting closer to Global Outreach Day. It is estimated that more than 15 million Christians will participate. It is the biggest evangelistic mobilization ever and works with one very simple action: share the gospel with at least one person. And do this knowing that millions of Christians are with you all over the world. There are many ways to share the gospel. Look for one that fits into your culture. You can invite someone for ice cream or get together for coffee while you talk about Jesus and His love. You can gather with your church and friends and go out in teams. You can help the poor, offer someone a ride, pray for the sick, wash a car. Do the thing that God has created you to do. Whether you're organizing a large team or inviting someone for coffee, you can make an eternal difference in someone's life. Everyone can reach someone, and together we can reach the world. Global Outreach Day.
Nepal continues to be in the news following 2 earthquakes and subsequent aftershocks, which have led to significant loss of lives and property. Tearfund and Operation Mobilization are Christian charities which remain active in the region. The following is a short appeal for support by Tearfund.
Over 3,500 people have been killed by the devastating earthquake that struck Nepal on Saturday morning, and more than 6,500 people are injured. These numbers will continue to rise as more and more communities are reached. We have expert staff and partners on the ground right now, and we will be growing this team to respond to the huge need, not only in Nepal, but in neighbouring India too. Our work will see us go out of our way to find remote and difficult locations where no one else has got to, and this is part of our call to follow Jesus where the need is greatest. We've launched an urgent appeal as part of DC to support our response to the Nepal earthquake. Please give what you can and pray. Thank you.
We welcome those who are worshiping with us here for the very first time on Sunday morning worship service. We're absolutely delighted to have you here. There's a special tea and coffee reception that's been put together for you right after the service. And we'd be delighted if you could spare a few minutes to join us. Please come forward to the right-hand side of the altar, from where you'll be directed to the reception room. Please do remember to take your personal belongings as you come. Thank you. That's all we have for this week. For more information on anything you've heard, we encourage you to visit our website or the notice board in the foyer. On behalf of the entire News 31 team, have a grace-filled week.